Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about games you can play with your friends on Roblox, because I know we all have friends, or if you don't, get some good friends. And I'm going to show you some fun games to play in case you're bored. So let's start off. Into the video. We will be doing a game called Murders for Sheriff. So this game is about doing teams. You can do solos, duos, or trios, and you kind of just aim and run around the map and you try to shoot the other teammate. You can also stab them. This game is really reliable on strategy, and you have to make sure to be on the right place on the map and not miss, because if you miss once, that could be the end of you. So there's also a battle pass, and you can spend money, but it's not necessary. This game is more on skill than pay to win. And yeah, our next game will be Pressure. So if you've ever played Doors, this is similar. It's a horror game that you can play with your friends to get a little scary. There's a lot of mods, and you need to know how to play because it can get hard. You are underwater in the base trying to get a stone, and there's gonna be monsters or entities that are trying to unalive you and finish you and not let you get there. Now, in some similar aspects, it's like Doors, where if the light flickers, you have to hide. But there's also more entities, and I feel like it's more custom and not as similar to most Doors. It has a lot of secret parts, just like this dude, and you can buy from him. Next up is Zach's Service Station. So in this game, you run a gasoline store and you sell fuel and you run a store. Now currently recording, we're in the winter update, so if you stay outside too long, you freeze. So in this game, you can buy stuff by working. The more you work, the more allowance you get to spend your money. You can clean, you can run an auto shop, you can basically do everything. And then if you want to, you can spend your hard-earned money on Bloxable or other stuff, and you see your daily report. This game is really fun to run with your friends, and if you get private server, it'll be even funner. Next up is Teamwork Puzzles. So this is a very classic game. You've probably seen similar, but it's so fun. You basically have buttons and challenges that you have to do, and you need your friend or your teammate to press the button as you cross. It gets harder as you progress, and you really need your friend for this. You can't beat it without them. Also, there's pets and stuff you can get, but that's really not the point of the game. So you need to make sure to do it, and yes, you could troll, but I mean, if you really want to get your friend mad, go for it. Just be careful with who you do it to. Next up is Cook Burgers. So this is a game you can play on VR, but you don't have to, where you cook burgers. You can run a restaurant with your friends and basically cook burgers. You can grab fries, order more food, get tips, you can become rats, cats, you can do a lot of things. This is more like a funny style of game, and it can be hard to make a perfect burger, so I challenge you to do that. And there's VIPs, there's a lot of secrets to the game that you might want to look for, and this can be fun for a while. Sadly, it does get a little repetitive after time, but you can always go to another game on the list. Next up is Last to Leave the Circle. So, many people have probably heard of this, including you. This is a game where a bunch of challenges happen and events, and you need to survive them without leaving the circle. So as you can see, avalanches are falling. You need to survive and dodge them. Then zombies, then sometimes meteors, then volcano eruptions, aliens, everything. This is a very funny style game that you can challenge your friends to see who laughs longer. And for the first part, it's easy, but then it gets hard as the circle closes in. as you can see right now, there's meteors falling, and this can be fun to play for a couple rounds. It's really interesting, and it's really luck based, as you can get upgrades and stuff. Number 6 is Westbound. So this is a game where you can either become an outlaw or a cowboy, or you could just hunt as a cowboy. So in this game, if you're an outlaw, you try to rob banks, unalive the cowboys, you can hunt, you can do many things. As a cowboy, you can hunt and then arrest the outlaws. Sadly, if you want to fight other people, you have to be an outlaw, and it is kind of hard to find, but there are cool creatures like this bear I found. You really could team up with your friends and do like a whole gang and rob places doing that. Now, for a shooter game, we have Rivals, which is pretty well known. Here you can do 2v2s, and you can have really fun. You can develop strategies, look up a couple videos. That could be fun. Now, you need the more quests you do, you can get more keys, and then you can unlock more weapons. Every game is like first to 5 wins, I think, and you got 2 minutes per round. So, and there's strategy. You have to have good aim for this. If you don't have aim, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But this can be really fun if you master it. And never forget that if you need help, you can always contact me and I can make a video. Now, if you like doing parkour, this could be the game for you. Surprise, it's named Parkour. And in this game, you kind of just run around the map, jumping around, doing super jump-ins. You can wall run, you can do many tricks, and you can get to really high places. And as you get more levels, you unlock more items. You can swing, you can technically swing like Spider-Man, but you need to get enough levels to be able to do that and get the gadget. Look, like this. You can swing on that. See that that light? You can swing on that just like Spider-Man. And if you're high enough and you get momentum, you can fly really far. And you can also roll. I mean, imagine a parkour game in Roblox that isn't too hard to master. Next up is Creatures of Sonora. So this is a game where you basically become a creature. You eat, live, fight. You need to try survive in the wild. You need to make sure not to die, but yet have fun with your friends and make a house. Well, you can't make a house, but find shelter. Just live the life of an animal. And as you can see, there's huge groups of people and communities. So if you want, you can talk. The community is very nice, and yeah. You can also unlock better creatures as you play and get more shrooms, which is the in-game currency. And you get that after a couple minutes. Now we're going into Classic Fleet a Facility. So this is more of a classic game. Most have probably heard of this, where you become either the runner, as you can see, or the dude with the hammer. And your goal is to smack people with the hammer, then grab them and take them into a freezer. Your goal is to get all the players in the freezer and avoid them from actually escaping. And they need to hack all the computers in order to escape. So your goal is to stop them. And if you don't, you lose the game and go play another round. And as the quote hammer dude, you get a speed boost. Just make sure that they don't escape even after, because they can get freed in the freeze. Next up is Build a Boat. This is a game where you can build a boat, make cool designs, but you do need a grind. And once you build your designs, you can test them by going all the way to the end. As you can see, I made this boat which goes really far and really quick. You can make designs like this. There's rock engines. I've seen people make Godzilla and jets. Anything you can come up with. Then your goal is to go all the way to the end and open the chest. So each time you open a chest, you get 1 gold block, and then you also get gold depending on how many levels you pass. And with that gold, you can buy more blocks, which you can use to make cooler builds. Now, one of my favorites, Together. This is a game where you and your friends are teaming up to get past levels. You have to make sure to jump together. You have to time. There's times when you're tied with a rope. For me, this is a great game. And if you make mistakes, you need each other. You can't survive without your friend. And there's levels where you pilots, one goes up, one goes down. This is a really fun game. I think you can play up to 4, and there's a lot of levels. So if you want, I'd recommend checking this game out and play it with your friend. Shark Bite, which is a classic. I recommend doing the newer version, except the classic is perfectly fine. So in this game, one person's the shark and the rest are just in their boats trying to run away from the shark and kill him. So the goal is to not get eaten by the shark and survive. If he gets you, then you can either A, jump on someone else's boat, or just swim around and hope that he doesn't get you. There's a chance, and the more hits you get on the shark, the more tooth you get, which you can use to buy better boats. Now we have horrific housing. So this is kind of like Last Save the Circle in the fact that there's random events, and if it's more luck based, as there's times where a platform just fully disappears, or if you get what they call love struck, if you die, the other person also dies. You can sabotage in this game, and it's kind of funny. And I really enjoy playing this with my friends. As you can see, I'm doing an orbital flute strike. You have to have good aim. I don't know why my friend didn't take damage, and that's gonna be the end of our video. Thanks for watching, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this. If you have any recommendations for videos, say it in the comments below. See ya!